says, yeah, from this point on, the hold down is secured. He needs to stay in this position, doesn't change anything for 20 seconds. Yeah. Well, this time they do well, 20 seconds, 4 points more for Brad Flores from Honduras. And now 1.5 minutes into the contest, leading here with 6 points. That's comfortable. And as he so far put in some really good attempts, I would expect, there it is, 4 more points. Well done. Was circling well. And, well, secured the win here after not even 2 minutes. Goes into the semi-final where he's going to face Joshua Giza from United States, which we have seen recently winning against his opponent from Bolivia. And yeah, we're coming to the next quarterfinal in the over 98 kilogram category, where we are going to have a match between Guatemala and Brazil. The first Brazilian which we are going to see today, it's going to be Andres Marroquin of Guatemala in the red uniform, facing Herval Silva from Brazil in the blue uniform. Yeah, Brazil usually sending a really good team to this competitions. And if I'm not mistaken, the Brazilian won a bronze medal last year at the last year at the Pan American Championship, took a bronze medal there in the over 98 kilogram category. So yeah, he is experienced already. His opponent from Guatemala, at least last year, didn't manage to win any medal, but maybe he's going to change that today. Right now, stepping onto the mat in the red uniform for Guatemala, Andres Marroquin, and there on the other side we have Herval Silva, looking really big there, representing Brazil. And let's see. So far, we have seen that height definitely is a big aspect. Yeah, well done here. Good foot sweep, well controlled, kept standing and received a full win. The first time we have seen that today. Well controlled, yeah, easy win here for him after around 10 seconds. He goes to the semi-final, and well, he saved some energy there by this win. Once again, we see the timing was perfect, was just waiting, had then one arm well controlled and went for the other side, brought him down well, and received the full win. Yeah, that's why Silva goes to the semi-final, and we now have to figure out who's going to face this mountain in the semi-final. It's going to be Felix Trujillo against Luis Roman Barrios from Mexico. It's Nicaragua against Mexico in this quarterfinal here. Okay, waiting for the fighters to come out here in this quarterfinal. So far, we haven't seen any of them on the international circuit, at least in the last two Pan American Championship editions. They didn't take a medal. Maybe they, or what is maybe, they are definitely going to try to change that today. Let's see, because in the semifinal now there is waiting definitely a cracker for them, as we have seen right now. It's not all about power in the category over 98 kilograms, but as well about technique. And the Brazilian right now showed such a beautiful foot sweep here, which secured him a direct win after only 10 seconds. If he can continue in this form, then he's looking definitely as a favorite here for the title today. But well, in his way is going to be either Felix Trujillo from Nicaragua or Luis Roman Barrios from Mexico. One of them is going to be who will try to change or to avoid that Silva becomes Pan American champion today. Let's see who of them can do that, who of them can avoid that this big man, big technician as well, wins the title today. There we go. Right now here already visible in the red uniform from Nicaragua. It's Felix Trujillo waiting now for his opponent to step onto the mat. We're waiting here for Luis Roman Barrios from Mexico. Not sure if he's already there or didn't appear, maybe failed at the weigh-in. Not sure what's the case. But yeah, Trujillo already prepared. If Roman Barrios doesn't show up soon, he might receive some points against him. Yeah. If referees are calling to the mat, then there's a time ticking away, and after, I guess, the first minute, there are points for the opponent, and if he takes too long, then the whole contest. That's why we can see right now how the time is ticking down there, depending on how far the time reaches until Roman Barrios comes to the mat. There will be points against him. Let's see. Trujillo is prepared. there in the background we have seen him running. Luis Roman Barrios reached the mat. Now 50 seconds passed away from the clock. Yeah, a few seconds more and Trujillo would have led here this contest, just because his Mexican opponent arrived too late. We see here Brazil on his back. That might have been the reason why he came too late. Yeah, he received a penalty. Yeah, and now it's the second penalty. Well, the first penalty he received for coming too late. Now the second one for this forbidden gripping of the hand. Might be dangerous for the fingers. That's why the second penalty and the first point for Trujillo. And once again, we see here there's an advantage of height. Well, big attack here, but as well a good counter. Tried to counter him, but there was still a lot of contact for Trujillo. So they gave the points to Trujillo, 2 points for him, because he brought his opponent down onto his side. Yeah, we have seen that sometimes already. Although they changed the direction, there was still a lot of contact. That's why the points went to the attacking sportsman. And well, 3 points here into this contest, leading 1 minute, so like 4 minutes left to go. That's still not a decisive score, which we have on the scoreboard, but it's a good start. Yeah, like if Trujillo now is smart, he could finish that contest with these points. He could allow himself, for example, 3 more penalties. But here, a good attempt might be 1 point to Roman Barrios, and they gave 2 points for that action. And now he's into the hold down, holding him down and looking there for the arm, maybe trying to finish that situation earlier. Yeah, there he goes for the arm, and Trujillo is about to tap out. Yeah, now he tapped out, and there's the win for Roman Barrios. Takes the win here after a good start of Trujillo. But well, yeah, we're going to see the Mexican fighting against Silva later on in the semi-final, and that's going to be a really exciting match, because 2 big men fighting against each other. Seems like both have a lot of strength. Silva now showed a great technique, and Roman Barrios as well with some strength. Definitely all the tall guys used their advantage now in this quarterfinals. Yeah, it was Joshua Giza. It was who else? Brad Flores from Honduras. It was Erval Silva from Brazil, and right now at the end, Luis Roman Barrios. All 4 of them we're going to see in the semi-finals later. That brings up the question, which category is next? Are we going to see the 88 kilogram category, which we saw at the beginning, or is it going to be another combat category? We haven't seen women so far, so let's see what it's going to be. So what do we have here? That looks like a lighter category. That might be the under 58 kilogram man's category. And we have the first fight. Emerson Lagos in the red uniform representing Honduras. He is facing Uciel Estrada in the blue uniform representing Mexico. The interesting aspect of the lower categories is it's really quick. And there we go. Good attempt, first of all, with a shoulder throw, and then changed the direction, caught the leg and received 2 points for this action here. Emerson Lagos so is leading into the contest with 30 seconds into the contest, leading by 2 points here. But yeah, as I mentioned, the contest is quick with this light category, so 2 points. There we see it can be changed immediately. 4 points with a good double leg takedown. Right now, 2 points on the scoreboard. He is now securing the hold down here, but it seems like Lagos is trying to change that. Is getting out of here. Yeah, he got out, but still 2 more points for Estrada because he secured that hold down for in total 12 seconds. So if we pass the 10 seconds, those are 2 points for the opponent. And right now, once again, 10 seconds. So another 2 points for Estrada. That would make it to 8 points on the scoreboard. Exactly. 8 points on the scoreboard now for Estrada. So he would need 2 more points to win directly here. Obviously, Lagos should try to change that because he had a really good start here, starting with a 2-point throw. Once again, shoulder throw attempt here, dropped down onto his knees, Lagos, and didn't quite get under him. Lost a bit of control at the end of this technique and, well, couldn't bring him onto his side or even onto his back. So that's why no score given by the referees. And here, double leg takedown once again. That might be 2 points. Yeah. So, well, referee gives 4 points. Doesn't matter if he gives 4 or 2 points. Still the 8 points difference here. And the win for Estrada. And he goes to the semi-final. Yeah, exactly. And we're going to figure out now who's going to be his opponent. Once again, we see waited him for a while. And well, after that, he went for the 2-leg takedown. There we see it. Double leg takedown brought him at least onto his side. So 2 points would have been fair for that action. And these 2 points, they changed the score 2 to 10, 8 points of difference. That's why the direct win for Uciel Estrada. He's into the semi-final. And now we will see if it's Sergio Rios Rivera from Bolivia in the red uniform, or if it's Danilo Tavares in the blue uniform representing Brazil. One of them is going to face Estrada later on in the semi-final. And both guys, they definitely look ready to fight. So let's see who can leave it all here on the mat. Bolivians so far impressed me. Yeah, as I've mentioned, the last tournaments, they didn't come up with a really big team. But, well, now in every category we have seen so far, we had one Bolivian guy. So, and they are not doing bad. Yeah, so actually they are having here some really good attempts, really close fights. And let's see. So far, we haven't seen a win of a Bolivian, but maybe Rios Rivera can change that right now here against Brazil. But Brazil is really good attacking here at the beginning. looking more active. That's why the first passivity warning towards Bolivia. Bolivia as well, depending on where he's from, might have a little advantage of his resistance. If he's training in La Paz, for example, then he definitely can do such a fighting for maybe 15, 20 minutes because of the height in La Paz. He might have a really good resistance. I'm not sure where he's from, but that could definitely be an aspect. Yeah, you need to consider that as well. But so far, we haven't seen big techniques here. Yeah, the Brazilian Tavares is trying to control the gripping first of all before attempting. Meanwhile, Rios Rivera is trying to get close to his opponent, and that's why the referees decide to give a first penalty to Brazil as well, because, well, right now he's just trying to defend, yeah, trying to maintain the distance there. And now the belt of Tavares opened. That's why the referee is sending them towards their corners so they can dress up properly. And then they continue. Now a single leg takedown. Can he bring him down? Looks good. Now needs to change the direction. Goes for the second leg as well. Should include his... Oh, wow. And there we go. Huge hip throw. Well defended by Tabares and received 4 points for that action, obviously. Yeah, that was really well executed, this hip technique. The Bolivian was trying to work on this single leg takedown, try to come up with the second leg or get even in, trying to foot sweep him, but then a good counter attack here of Tabares, and now leading well, and then he's jumping into the arm lock, but well, there he needs to be careful because Brazilian fighters, they are really good on the ground. But yeah, referee interrupted as he didn't see any progress in this situation. And there, once again, a good attempt of Bolivia. Despite the fact that he is down with 4 points, he's making a really good fight. That's why I've mentioned I'm impressed. And then he's going now for the leg lock. Oh no, he's onto the arm lock. I'm not sure why they didn't let him continue. He was in a really good position there. Well, but as mentioned, although this fight is hard and they are already 2.5 minutes into the fight, the Bolivian guy still looks like he has some power. There's something left in the tank. So far, the fighting style of Tavares has definitely been a bit like he would try to save up his energy. Yeah, it definitely is. And now he could go. He could have gone for it right now, Rios Rivera, if he would have done like probably a large outer inner reap of the last leg here once again for the single leg takedown. He's doing that well. He's coming well into, and there, going for the suplex counter attack. Did he receive that 1 point? He should have. Yeah, he received that 1 point and now working on the ground. 1 point goes to Bolivia for that nice suplex here. Definitely Rios Rivera is impressing me with his active style. Yeah, he's going for it. Now he needs to be careful, trying to counter his opponent, goes for the arm and tries to, yeah, now he's going for it. Let's see, can he use that position he has? Well defended by Tavares here. 4 points are the difference of both of them, and still Rios Rivera looks dangerous. So I could imagine he could go for a few more points because it looks like Tavares right now is losing some of his energy. although his fighting style hasn't been too active, he's controlling the gripping. He's moving smart, defending smart. Didn't attack too much. That's why he probably had some more energy, but Rios Rivera, he's attacking without break. And now he receives a penalty because he didn't really tie up his suit well. That's 1 point for Rios Rivera. And now the Bolivian only has 3 points to go to reach or to win even. If he makes now 3 more points, he might go for the win. Let's see. 3 more points is possible. With 1 minute left. We have seen that in the past, and now Tavares is stepping out. If Rivera pushes one more time, there he could have been smart in that situation. But let's see. Yeah, that was definitely a big mistake here of Bolivia, but now trying to go for the hold down. But yeah, Tavares received 4 points for that technique because the Bolivian made a big mistake here, and probably that costed him the win. Right now, let's see, can he go for a big technique one more time? Yeah, looked like a counter. Looked like a counter attack. The Brazilian coach is aiming there for 1 point. For me, that looked more like a counter attack from the Bolivian, but yeah, they give that 1 point to Brazil. With only 20 seconds left on the board, Tavares gets the win here. Well, he was leading comfortably with 7 points. Would have been really difficult for the Bolivian sportsman to come back from that lead of Tavares. And here we see once again there a single leg takedown. And now this one here, this movement looks for me like a counterattack. That's why I might not have given this 1 point to Brazil. But, well, even though they might have given it to Bolivia, that wouldn't have changed a lot in this last 20 seconds. So, yeah, a well-deserved win for Tavares, who is going to face later on Estrada from Mexico in the semifinal. And, we continue here on the same mat with the under 58 kilogram category in sport sambo. And there we have Guatemala against Nicaragua, and they are going to fight. Probably one of the fighters didn't show up, didn't make his weight. So we are going to have a look now in the under 88 kilograms category. We have seen them at the beginning. That was the very first fight of the reigning Pan American champion Sulinski in the red uniform representing the United States, and he is going to face his opponent from Bolivia, which is Dilber Alave in the blue uniform, and now he's been thrown here from Sulinski, who is leading now after 10 seconds with 4 points, and he's securing the hold down immediately. Holding his opponent down, he needs to maintain that position for 20 seconds, and then he would see himself in the semifinal. Looks really comfortable in this position, and use that moment at the beginning, because at the beginning sometimes some of the fighters, they are not well focused yet, so they go into the fight and they are like, okay, let's see. And if then something happens, such as Sulinski, he used that probably unfocused moment and saved some energy here and goes right through to the semi-final. And now we are having a look who is going to be his opponent here, because now we will see Esteban Brenes from Costa Rica facing Edgar Jaques from the Dominican Republic. Here we still see the hold down of Zulinski. That's how he secured the last or the missing 4 points in order to win directly, and he did win after only 35 seconds here into this contest. There we go. We continue in the under 88 kilograms category, and that's it. In the red uniform now is stepping up Esteban Brenes, representing Costa Rica. So definitely what the home crowd is looking for, one of their fighters, and he is going to face Edgar Jaques of the Dominican Republic. He's going to be in the blue uniform. Let's have a look if we have seen Jaques already in previous competitions here. Last time it was a different fighter from the Dominican Republic who medaled here at this level and before as well. So this year it seems like he managed to be the number one of the Dominican Republic. So that's why they sent him to the Pan American Championship in order to check his form. Is he ready to represent the Dominican Republic at the World Championship in Kyrgyzstan in November, or do they still need to work on something still? I mean, sportsmen always need to keep working, but here they can check out like at which level he is at the moment. Yeah. As well, Brenes we haven't seen. Last year was a different fighter from Costa Rica as well who medaled in this category. And so far only one penalty on the board for the Caribbean, the Dominican fighter. And Brenes is looking really stable here, looking for the grip on the belt, probably going for a big hip throw. And there, the try of countering, the attempt of countering Brenes, but Brenes defended that well and countered him. Yeah, so he countered the counterattack and received 4 points for that. And obviously the home crowd is going to be happy about that lead right now, because he is fighting to come into the semi-final, where he would face the reigning Pan American champion from the United States. So it looks like Brenes there got probably caught at his nose, bleeding a bit. I'm not sure about that. Or if his opponent there was caught even harder. But there it looks like he has some problems with his nose. Yeah, but anything fine. The fight continues, 3.5 minutes left to go. Still there are chances for Jaques change that 4 points lead, make it smaller, or even make it even. But yeah, 2 legs, went for the 2 legs, and Brenes defending that pretty well. Yeah, you could have seen how he reached out with his legs in order to avoid falling on his back. And you need to be quick, yeah, to react on such a situation. There, once again, the attempt of a double leg takedown of Jaques, and now once again huge hip throw, was even a kind of hip sweep, received 4 more points, and he is happy. You can see that. Yeah, you can see that emotion. Because there's always as well kind of pressure if you're representing your country at home. On one hand, it can give you a lot of energy. On the other hand, it can cause a lot of pressure. So it's kind of both, probably. Like on one hand, he feels the energy. On the other hand, he feels as well relieved here, winning in his first contest and making his way into the semi-final. But well, as mentioned in the semi-final, he is going to have a really strong fighter who won the Pan American Championship last year in Colombia, and well, that means he is going to face an experienced athlete there. But now we are going to the other half of the draw, where Oscar Bojorge from Nicaragua in the red uniform is going to face the next Brazilian we are going to see here, Everton Bespales, in the blue uniform. As well, those are new on the circuit in the last year. None of them medaled on this level. Neither in 2019, when the Pan American Championship was held in the Dominican Republic. But let's see. Brazil always brings some dangerous athletes, as we have seen so far in the over 98 kilogram category. Silva really showed a well performance here, foot sweeping his opponent, and as well in the 58 kilogram categories, where Danilo Tavares managed to secure a win against Bolivia. And yeah, both are now in the semi-final. Let's see if their teammate in the under 88 kilogram category can make it to the semi-final as well. That would be 3 of 3 for the Brazilian team in the semi-final of these 3 categories which I just mentioned. Now, we've seen them coming onto the mat, and let's see. By looking at them, we cannot see any advantage, as it was easy in the over 98 kilogram category to see, like, okay, who has the height advantage there. And all of the tall guys won their first round matches and made their way into the semi-final. Right here we have 2 pretty even body shapes, so let's see if some of them can use an advantage of technique, probably, or of power, resistance. There are many aspects as well. Mental strength is probably the biggest aspect of such competitions on a high level. If your head is not playing with it, then you might lose, although you're the better technician. So let's see. So far, no big attacks here. There was one attempt of Bespales from Brazil. Wasn't successful, well defended, of the Nicaraguan fighter. But right now there's the first passivity warning, as after 1.5 minutes he didn't bring up any attack. So although the Brazilian wasn't too active, he was that little bit more active than his opponent. There was another attempt, didn't come across, and there was a huge attempt right now of Bojorge. Got there 4 points for this body drop, and now secures the hold down, and he looks really strong in that hold down. If he can secure that for about 10 more seconds, then he would have a direct win here, and that would come out of nowhere. And it doesn't look like the Brazilian can come out of that, and there it is. There is the win of Bojorge, and that was unexpected. Like, there was not a single attempt. He was probably only waiting for a good moment, and then he jumped into it. And that was a really good one. Yeah, he came in with that big body drop and continued into the hold down. So here we see it, the landing right onto his back, and that's as well really important, this transition there. Yeah, so from standing to the ground, so he kept the control at the end. So there are some sportsmen who throw for 4 points and then looking to the referee and completely forget about their opponent. But here, that was really a professional performance of Oscar Bojorge, who threw for 4 points and then secured the hold down immediately. Well done. He finds himself into the semifinal, and we're going to have a look right now who will face him in this semifinal. It's going to be a match between Guatemala and Mexico. In the red uniform, looking pretty young here actually, Edgar Cermeno Parada, facing in the blue uniform representing Mexico, Miguel Ángeles Barcenas. So there they come onto the mat. Barcenas in the blue uniform for Mexico, and Cermeno Parada in the red uniform representing Guatemala. Neighbors, probably, yeah, Guatemala and Mexico. Let's see then who can go for it. And there's a double leg takedown immediately. Well done here, well executed by Barcenas, and he's taking the lead with 4 points here. Yeah, weighted him well. And then a really good attempt here. It was really quick entering that technique. And maybe he's coming out of wrestling. Like, if I'm looking at his fighting style, he's making the feint on the upper body, so his opponent would go up straight, and then he could go for the double leg takedown as he did that before. That's kind of a typical wrestling move. So he might have had already some experience in other combat sports. And yeah, with that technique, he can as well definitely confuse some of the Sambo fighters. And he's moving here well, and there he goes in for a single leg takedown, but this time his opponent from Guatemala defended well, and now he finds himself in a bad situation, the Mexican, because there's a good grip for Cermeno Parada. He could go in with a huge hip technique, but there's another one. Great single leg takedown from Mexico, and immediately the hold down. If he can secure that, he received 1 point for that single leg takedown, so he definitely would have to hold him down for 20 seconds. 15 seconds already over, a few seconds left to go, and then there it is, receives 4 more points. That's 9-0 on the scoreboard, and the direct win for the Mexican here in the blue uniform. He goes through to the semifinal, where he is going to face Oscar Bojorge from Nicaragua, who impressed us in the earlier round. Here we see it once again. Well done with that single leg takedown. Really deep, grabbed the ankle of his opponent and pushed with the upper body. and then as well a great transition directly into the hold down. So that was as well a beautiful artwork which he offered us here. And we continue now with combat sambo, where we will see from the Dominican Republic. That's now the first semifinal from the Dominican Republic. Jeffrey Roy in the red uniform facing Herminio Mora from Costa Rica. So that's the first hope of Costa Rica to get into the final. They definitely have one medal secured already, as there's no repechage in the combat sambo matches. Okay, we continue with the second semifinal in the under 79 kilogram combat category between Emmanuel Arzola from Mexico, and he is going to face Kevin Urbina from Honduras. Arzola from Mexico in the red uniform, and Urbina from Honduras in the blue uniform. Obviously, we have seen both fighters early on. Emmanuel Azorla overcame his opponent from the United States of America with some really good work. Yeah, he really impressed in this fight. And as well, Kevin Urbina, he had a tough match against his opponent from Bolivia, Gutierrez, which was a really close match till the very end. But in the last seconds, Urbina managed to go for a double leg takedown and received the decisive last point in order to make his way into the semifinal. From this point, minutes, he finished that match and had really a lot of time right now to regenerate. Meanwhile, his opponent from Honduras, Urbina, he had a tough, long match of full 5 minutes, and in combat sambo, as there's so much action, that's really tiring. So let's have a look. The fight starts here, as mentioned, the Mexican in red, and Gutierrez, Urbina, Kevin Urbina from Honduras in the blue uniform. Really nice footwork here from Arzola, and there he goes for it, but straight into it, goes for it with 4 points right now, leading here. And that's what we have seen of him in the very first contest, although at the beginning his opponent took a lead there, but then he came back and he went for it. So right now, leading here with 4 points in combat sambo, that can change quick, but there he's working well on both parts. Yeah, so on the part of kicking, punching, but as well he's going with some great techniques, so he has both of it. And there we go, good attempt here, but as well a counterattack of his opponent. Received a point for that counterattack, but now finds himself in the hold down. When Arzola can hold him down here right now for 20 seconds, yeah, he can't. Well defended by Urbina. Couldn't even reach the 10 seconds, so didn't get 2 points for the hold down. But yeah, there was a 1 point for Urbina for this suplex. Yeah, he went for a big counterattack, and he did that really well. But Arzola is moving smooth here, good punches, good kicks, and then surprising his opponents with these double leg takedowns he did so far. But now he has been surprised here with a double leg takedown, and Urbina received 2 points for that, and now he needs to be careful. But here he goes into a strangle. I'm not sure if he's under the chin. Looks kind of he's over the chin and just pushing the head, so that's why So far, Urbina is not tapping out. He doesn't feel his opponent strangling. There he's, that's not inside. That's why they had the referee helps him out. Now he's just punching him. But there the referee interrupts that situation because he didn't see any progress there anymore. So the strangle was not well executed here from the Mexican. That's why but there it is once again, the surprise double leg takedown. Received how much points for that? Probably 2. Yeah, 2 points, and now into the hold down. But once again, Urbina manages to get free from that position, and yeah, that's probably the one aspect Arzola could work on, his groundwork, because right now he had 2 really promising situations on the ground, and if he brings down his hip and controls a bit more, then he can hold him down and get 4 points. And these 4 points can at the end decide the whole contest. Yeah, so that's what many fighters are underestimating, the power of